Hey guys, good to be with you today. We're going to be in Philippians chapter 3. We're going to discuss how to be in the right position to receive the things of God. Religion cannot do that. And when I think about religion, oftentimes people will tell me in the church, well, I'm not religious. I have a relationship with Christ. I understand that. But we still hold dear to a lot of our past accomplishments. We still identify with things in our lives as gaining God. For instance, our church membership, or we were baptized, or we went on this mission trip, or we did this thing for God, or I'm a deacon, or I'm a pastor. All of these accomplishments, if we identify ourselves with them more than we identify with Christ, in other words, if they are who we are, instead of who I am in Christ, they keep me from God. And this is what Paul wanted to share with us in the first part of Philippians 3. Paul says, of anybody who should have confidence in the flesh, I should have more. And he goes into a list of things that he accomplished more than anyone else, being of the tribe of Benjamin, a Pharisee of the Pharisees, zealous, persecuting the church, on and on and on. And Paul tells us in chapter 3, verse 7, but what things were gain to me, these I have counted loss for Christ. So he looked at these accomplishments in his life as something were gain to him. He took advantage of them and saw them as a means to get closer to God. And oftentimes we do that in life and don't even realize it. And Paul said, I had to count them as loss. And the word count there is really interesting. It talks about having a rule or authority. So what Paul is saying is, once I began to identify my life with Christ, I now can rule over these past accomplishments that were trying to get me to God, and I can cut those ties and say they were all lost. They were rubbish to me. Therefore now, I can now take the identity I have in Christ by faith and begin freely receiving the things of God. It's a great message today because there are so many people that are trying to do right, trying to pray right, trying to be right, trying to do all this stuff, and yet they have never really experienced faith by simply receiving and saying, God accepts me as I am. He's the one that died for me. He's the one that gave his life for me. I am nothing. He is everything. I cut ties with all those past things that I thought were so important in my life, and I want to identify with what Christ is doing in me, not what I'm doing for him. And when you do that, man, I tell you, you are in the right position to receive the things from God. Can't wait until next time. May the Lord bless you richly. See you then.